The lovely Allison Williams. Allison, you are from Harlem, actually, right?
Born and raised.
And tell me about some of your experiences here in Harlem.
You know, I you remember the song Native New Yorker?
Yes.
That's how it feels like to me. Jumping in and out of cabs, uptown, downtown, all around. No matter where you went, you're from Harlem. No matter what borough you go to, you got a special kind of thing going on. A vibe that people, kind of treat you a certain kind of way because you're from Harlem. I grew up, like I said, going on the gigs with my dad, and
Hmm.
they were all over the place, but many of them were in Harlem when we had all those venues that you could go to and see live music. I can remember going to Smalls and going to the Cotton Club when they really were rolling, the Savoy Manor Ballroom, the Renaissance Ballroom. Uh, they had all kinds, like I said, clubs. They had Jock's Place, the Mark IV, the Blue Book, Saint Nick Pub. We had after hour spots that were just as fly as the regular club, and they were full. You know what I'm saying? Full to capacity at 5 in the morning. So I heard about it. I heard about it.
You heard about it,
I
huh?
heard about it.
So you actually.
All right, give me the 3, 2, 1.
Three, two, one.
Hi, my name is Crystal Pfeiffer, and I'm a designer. And I love Harlem because it's a cultural melting pot. And I'm proud to be a Harlem American.
Yeah. So all right. So take the Wayback Machine. Let's go back to where you were born, Houston, Texas.
Hmm.
And as a little girl, what was life like for you there?
What I remember most is I remember family, of course, and feeling loved, cared for, and well protected. I remember a community in which I felt the same. I remember very, very blue skies with big clouds that used to take on the shapes of animals, peoples, and things. I remember the smell of cut grass.
Mm.
I remember a little duck I had once, and I remember a little chicken I had once. I remember trips to the farm where my father was born in Lobdell, Louisiana.
Mhm.
And I remember an extensive road trip. Well, it seemed extensive to me at the time because I was quite young. A trip that we took to from Houston to Chester, South Carolina for Christmas um, in our car. And my brother Tex and my sister Debbie and I were bundled up in the back seat of the Lincoln. Our parents were in the front, and it was very, very exciting. And we were making up games as we went along the way. I remember teachers who were in the classroom because that's where they wanted to be,
Mhm.
and who gave us everything they had, and who demanded excellence from us because they knew where we lived. And they knew our parents. And so
Mhm.
less than that would never have done. I remember not really understanding racism until I learned to read.
Really?
Yeah, because
Then you sort of had to go underground. And
Okay, let me
tell
tell
us
you that
about
story.
that.
Let me tell you a story. First, for your international audience, let me tell you about Harlem because it is because of Harlem. Everything that I am is as a result of Harlem. So let me give you a little picture of what's that like. So I got my family. I'm born to two parents. They come from tiny town USA. It's the Great Migration. And I'm born after the Harlem Renaissance. And I remember being like since I blew up, became really popular. I remember being in the Eiffel Tower and hearing people talk about Harlem. And I hear everywhere I go in the world now, as a result of this good fortune that I have now, I hear people talking about Harlem, and they relate Harlem as if it is a city, but Harlem is a community. And let me go into that really quickly, right?
Sure. Go
So
ahead, take your time.
the Harlem that I was born in
Mhm.
was a village. Harlem was a village then. It's a community now. And let me tell you the difference between a village and a community. Like when we were growing up, my best friend, Jackie Michaels, was Irish. My other two best friends was Alonzo and Nagordio. They were Greek. And my other friend was Irish, Jackie Michaels. So
Mhm.
we were all poor together. So this soup, this gumbo, and then I had my Puerto Rican friends, William Gonzalez and them. This gumbo is what made Harlem what it is, all and you will never see this again. You will never see poor Italians, poor Irish, poor Greeks, poor Puerto Ricans, and poor African Americans all together in one small village of a community. We're not a borough, we're not a city. We was a tiny village,
Right.
over like maybe like from 110th Street to 155th Street, from river to river. So can you imagine all that? And that's where we get all this energy from, all this diversity from, all this culture from. So it's a gumbo, and I didn't realize that till I started traveling. And I went to Chicago. I say,